You just wasted 10 hours reading a 300-page book, and I guarantee you've already forgotten 90% of it. Don't feel bad. Your brain is literally hardwired to delete text. But what if I told you that intelligence operatives and underground memory athletes use a neurological loophole to download entire libraries into their heads in a single afternoon? Right now, you are going to learn the exact blueprint to build a psychological vault. By the end of this video, you will know how to memorize an entire book in one day. Phase 1. The spatial hack. Evolution didn't design your brain to remember words on a page. It designed your brain to remember where the poisonous snakes hide and where the nearest fresh water source is located. You are a spatial creature. The FBI knows this. Elite memory champions know this. To memorize a book, you must translate abstract concepts into physical locations. This is called the method of loci, or the memory palace. Here's your first task. Pick a location you know intimately. Your childhood home, your current apartment, or your daily route to work. Map out a specific linear path through this physical space. You need distinct waypoints. The front door is waypoint 1. The hallway mirror is waypoint 2. The kitchen sink is waypoint 3. Give me 10 to 20 waypoints in strict chronological order. You cannot skip around or backtrack. This mental architecture is the hard drive where we are going to store the book's raw data. Phase 2. The absurdity protocol. Here's the brutal truth about human psychology. Normal is forgettable. Your brain aggressively deletes the mundane to save processing energy. If you want a piece of information to stick permanently, you have to make it weird, violent, hilarious, or highly inappropriate. Let's say you are reading a book on investing, and the core concept of chapter 1 is compound interest. If you try to remember the dictionary definition, you will fail. Instead, we encode it. You walk up to waypoint 1, your front door. Standing there is a giant, sweating man named Interest. He is literally compounding, splitting into 2, then 4, then 8 clones, until they burst through the door, burying you in gold coins. It's loud, it's chaotic, and it's completely absurd. Congratulations! You will now never forget the concept of compound interest, and you have permanently anchored it to your front door. The weirder the image, the stronger the neural link. You must engage all your senses. Smell the sweat, hear the coins clinking, feel the physical weight of the gold. Phase 3. The data compression. Amateurs try to memorize every single sentence. That is a fool's errand. A 300-page book usually only contains about 10 to 15 core ideas. The rest is just filler, anecdotes, and fluff designed to justify the $20 price tag. Your job is to become a ruthless editor. You are not reading, you are hunting. Skim the chapters. Hunt down the core node of each section. Once you isolate that one critical thesis, you translate it into a bizarre image using the absurdity protocol, and you drop it onto your next waypoint. Chapter 1 goes to the front door. Chapter 2 goes to the hallway mirror. Chapter 3 ends up in the kitchen sink. By the time you finish skimming the book, you will have populated your mental house with a series of psychotic, unforgettable movie scenes. Phase 4. The ghost walk. You've extracted the data. You've encoded the images. You've placed them in your palace. Now you must cure the concrete. Memory fades exponentially unless you interrupt the forgetting curve. Immediately after finishing the book, close your eyes. Walk through your memory palace from the front door to the end. Look at each bizarre scene. If an image is blurry, make it weirder. Add more blood, more glitter, or more noise. Make it scream at you. Then, here is the ultimate FBI trick. Walk the palace backward. Start at the end of the book and walk back to the front door. If you can traverse the data in reverse, you have achieved mastery. You have bypassed rote memorization and hacked directly into your brain's spatial processing center. Do one ghost walk immediately, one the next morning, and one a week later. That book is now permanently downloaded into your long-term memory. You can recall its core arguments on command, in order, simply by taking a mental stroll through your house. Stop reading like an amateur. Build your palace, make it weird, and download the data. Subscribe if you want to cheat the system.